the CEO hopped along behind the girl all the way to the Civil Affairs Bureau. Simply because the girl had stuck a talisman on his back, the staff saw that their actions and expressions were perfectly in sync, and praised them for being such a loving couple. And just like that, under the girl's control, the CEO and the girl took their wedding photos and got their marriage certificate. It turned out the girl was the 12th generation heir of a mystical sect. As she was about to complete her cultivation duties, her master brought out an old marriage contract from 20 years ago, which had been arranged with the Fu family while he was helping people in the mortal world. At first, the girl didn't accept the idea of an arranged marriage, but when she heard that her future husband was both rich and handsome, she didn't even wait for her master to finish speaking before she ran down the mountain. Little did she know, the CEO was weak and sickly, and no one had been able to cure him. Just then, the girl barged in. The assistant, confused, asked who she was. She pointed at the CEO and declared she was his wife, saying her master had sent her down the mountain to live a blessed life. When they returned home, the CEO's grandfather, seeing the marriage contract, happily urged the CEO to prepare for the wedding. The CEO, however, took out a check and told the girl to cancel the marriage. Seeing such a good opportunity, the girl immediately began filling in the check, but there wasn't enough space to write down the amount of money. The CEO assumed the girl was just a money-hungry woman. The girl intentionally filled in a ridiculously large number, knowing the CEO wouldn't be able to pay it. That way, their marriage couldn't be canceled. The CEO didn't understand why the girl was doing this. The girl explained that they had asked the heavens when the marriage was arranged, and if they didn't fulfill the contract, they would be struck by divine punishment. The CEO didn't believe any of this nonsense and said he didn't have time for such nonsense. He turned to leave, but suddenly coughed up a large amount of blood and collapsed. The doctor quickly arrived to examine him, and declared that the CEO's illness was incurable. Without the help of a legendary healer, the CEO wouldn't live past 30. However, the healer was almost impossible to find. At that moment, the girl said she could cure the CEO. His sister thought the girl was just talking nonsense, but since the CEO was the only heir of the Fu family, the grandfather had no choice but to beg the girl to cure him as soon as possible. The girl's solution was to marry the CEO, claiming that only after they got married would his illness be cured. The CEO didn't want to marry the girl and didn't believe her strange theories, so the girl stuck a talisman on the CEO's back, causing him to obediently follow her to the Civil Affairs Bureau to get their marriage certificate. After taking the photos and becoming legally married, as they were about to leave, a gust of wind blew off the talisman from the CEO's back, and he instantly regained his consciousness. Watching the video the assistant had recorded, the CEO realized the girl had been playing tricks on him. Furious, he wanted to teach her a lesson, but the girl, terrified, kept backing away, explaining that she had done it all for his own good. In her panic, she almost tripped, but luckily, the CEO caught her in his arms. Just then, a malicious woman, who had feelings for the CEO, appeared. The malicious woman was actually the girl's half-sister. Years ago, they had abandoned the girl on a mountain, never expecting she would survive, let alone marry the CEO. The sister tried to teach the girl a lesson, but the girl gave her a pill. The next second, the sister obediently followed the girl's orders, slapping herself and even chasing after a soccer ball like a dog. This terrified both the CEO and his assistant. When the girl turned around and noticed the CEO had disappeared, she immediately cast a spell to teleport and chase after him. When she got back home, she saw her sister complaining to the CEO. The CEO had also made up his mind to divorce the girl, offering her $1 billion to leave. The girl urged the CEO to give up this idea, warning him that if he persisted, he would face divine retribution again. She suggested they have a fake marriage instead, but before she could finish, the sister suddenly tore up their marriage certificate, refusing to believe in the idea of divine punishment. Seeing this, the girl became extremely worried, knowing full well that divine punishment was about to strike.